weather already dropping a lot of rain in our area. So what else is coming our way overnight and into tomorrow? And how are streets crews getting ready?
Plus, the FBI now on the trail of a suspect offering a reward after a series of robberies at Culver's stores throughout southern Wisconsin.
And it's that most wonderful time of the year where we have to warn you about gift card scams. That's all coming up right now on News 3 Now at 10. Thank you for joining us tonight. The weather has been dominating the headlines all day.
Yeah, slow-moving system bringing a whole lot of rain and wind to the area today, but that will be changing over in the next couple of hours. The same storm system we're seeing here also impacting really much of the country. First, starting to our south in Louisiana, the governor there declaring a state of emergency after several tornadoes touched down, including this one that you're seeing in the New Orleans area. Multiple tornadoes were also confirmed in Texas earlier this week. And then to our north, again, the very same system. This video from Duluth earlier today, the city's public schools canceled classes and all after-school activities. Now, by tomorrow, that area could see 14 inches of lake effect snow.
So let's see what we can expect overnight and who has the best chance for snow. Julian Seawright is on the backyard patio with a look at our certified most accurate forecast. Julian?
Well, to answer that question, Charlotte, the north is going to have the best chance to see some snowfall, but we are not out of the running either. Right now, even on our weather patio, we're actually starting to see a bit of some sleet developing for us as we continue throughout the rest of tonight, and it's just going to be a race against time to when we see that rain really transition into snow, because in the next 3 hours, once we hit around midnight and into the 1 o'clock hour, we are anticipating that changeover to really dominate the rest of southern Wisconsin. So we're going to be seeing snow overnight, and especially heading into our early Thursday morning, which is going to be creating some slippery conditions for us. So make sure that you're prepared for that. But outside of it, we are looking at our visibility to be improved for some areas, but still rather low, especially if you're along I-94 north and I-39 as well. Taking a live look outside of Madison, we're still going to be dealing with plenty of sleet for about in the next hour, but we will start to see that transition closer to the midnight hour with temperatures into the mid-30s, and we're going to see those temperatures drop just a little bit more as we get into the rest of tonight. Now, we do have the alert day, and it's going to stick around until about Friday morning. We're going to break down the impacts and how you can prepare for Thursday in just a few moments. Till then, back to you guys.
The Madison Streets Division also monitoring the forecast tonight. They expect 3 dozen trucks to be out around midnight, making sure roads remain passable. That includes salting and plowing main roads, including ones used by Madison Metro and around schools and hospitals. In some residential neighborhoods, crews will also be sanding hills and curves, areas that need the extra help with traction. If more than 3 inches of snow accumulate on the ground, only then will the Streets Division plow the entire city. It's a process that takes over 12 hours to complete.
City of Lodi already declaring a snow emergency for tomorrow. City leaders say it'll begin tonight at midnight, remain in effect for 48 hours or until the snow removal operations have been completed. And we're also seeing some school closings already, so stay up to date, get those closing notifications. Simply download our free Channel 3000 weather app. And tomorrow, be sure to tune in for News 3 Now this morning. They'll have updated travel forecast, live reports from the road. It all starts at 4:30 a.m.
Continuing coverage tonight, the FBI is now offering a $10,000 reward as they continue to try and identify a man accused of robbing several Culver's locations across the state. He's described as a white man, 6'5", weighing about 300 pounds with brown hair and a brown goatee. The FBI says he should be considered armed and dangerous. The man is connected to a string of robberies and attempted robberies at local businesses, including at Culver's locations in Lake Mills, Janesville, Mequon, and Beloit. In each incident, police said he drove a red 4-door Jeep Wrangler with no license plate. He allegedly drove up to each restaurant's drive-through window and handed a note to a cashier, implying he had a weapon and demanding money. He's also accused of robbing a Janesville Best Buy store.
A Navy recruiter accused of using his position to sexually assault children made a virtual appearance in Rock County Court today. Last week, Brian Bradley Hubbard was charged with 6 total counts, and now 2 more alleged victims have come forward, leading prosecutors prosecutors to amend their initial criminal complaint against him. He's currently being held in the Rock County Jail on a $50,000 bond with no contact orders. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for January 13th, which was chosen to allow victims to be present in court. New tonight, a woman was shot and killed in Waukesha today after exchanging gunfire with police. 2 officers were sent to the home when the woman's landlord called asking for a welfare check, saying the woman was acting erratically. When officers went into the basement, they say the woman shot one of the officers, hitting them in the vest. That officer returned fire, hitting the woman who ultimately died. Police say if the officer wasn't wearing the vest, quote, we potentially could have had a different story tonight. And around the state, the Milwaukee Police Department changing its firearms for safety-related reasons. Today, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson announced a transition to these new Glock G45 pistols. Now, this comes after the city's police officers union filed a suit against the city earlier this year. Now, that suit said the main weapon the department used before was able to discharge without even pulling the trigger. The department plans to have the new guns ready early in the new year, and that the entire transition should be complete by summer.
We're seeing new footage of a devastating crash from yesterday in Wauwatosa. 3 vehicles were involved, including a City of Milwaukee Department of Public Works truck. Police say one of the vehicles involved in the crash drove away from the scene. 3 people were killed, a 64-year-old woman, an 85-year-old man, and a 40-year-old woman. If you were on the Beltline today, you may have noticed a few extra eyes keeping watch. Starting today, the Wisconsin State Patrol says its officers would be helping monitor the road for traffic violations alongside other law enforcement agencies in Dane County. They say the goal of the extra officers is not to simply stop or cite drivers, but to improve safety overall. For last-minute shoppers or those who may be buying for people with very specific taste, gift cards are a perfect option that gives freedom to the recipient.
But the Better Business Bureau says scammers are finding more sneaky ways to steal your money with them. Armin Rahman explains.
Gift cards are always the right size and color. They're a great gift. They're an easy gift.
But if you're not careful with where and how you buy gift cards, you could be stuffing the stockings of scammers this Christmas.
Threw a little flag at me like, oh, why are they trying to get gift cards? What are they going to use it for?
Tiffany Schultz with the Better Business Bureau says more gift cards fly off store shelves around the holidays, but the one you pick up may have been tampered with.
Scammers are notorious for opening the packaging, scratching off the numbers, recording those numbers, and as soon as you go ahead and purchase those gift cards, they have emptied the gift card before the gift recipient can even get it.
To get ahead of the Grinches, flip the gift card around to check that the PIN number isn't scratched off and feel around the barcode for a fake one stuck on. But the scams aren't always that easy to spot.
Receiving a phone call that your Social Security number has been compromised and they want you to pay by gift card in order to resurrect it, to receiving a notification that there's been charges on your Amazon account.
In 2020, the Better Business Bureau saw almost 1,000 gift card scam reports, costing victims a total of $2.9 million.
They're untraceable. There's no way to track these gift cards. And once you have handed over the gift card numbers and the PIN number, your money is gone. It's not recoverable.
Stacy Falk got a letter asking her to participate in a Walmart evaluation with a fake check
To buy 4 Visa gift cards worth $500 each.
Thankfully, she caught it before giving away any info or money, but the BBB wants to warn others.
Gift card payment usually equals scam. That's a big red flag.
And the Better Business Bureau says if you receive a gift card, see if you can get it registered and try not to leave it unused for too long.
Well, check this out. For 10 days, 2 sailors and their dog from New Jersey were stranded on a 30-foot sailboat after running out of fuel and water. They were traveling from Cape May, New Jersey to Florida when they lost contact. The men and dog were rescued yesterday, 200 miles east of Delaware. Family says they were waving a red flag and caught the attention of a nearby tanker. They safely returned to New York Harbor today. It has been 10 years since the Sandy Hook shooting that took the lives of 20 children and 6 educators in Newtown, Connecticut. Since the shooting, the school has been demolished, and though the memories cannot be erased, there are some who try to keep the memory of their loved ones alive. Parents are picking up causes and interests that made their children unique and ensure they can still make a difference. Also, since this tragedy, states requiring background checks on all handguns has gone from 14 to 21, and 17 states added red flag laws.
Sad news in the entertainment world today. The DJ, dancer, and producer known as Twitch died by suicide just 3 days after celebrating his wedding anniversary. 40-year-old father Stephen Boss rose to fame with his appearances on the show So You Think You Can Dance and as a DJ on the daytime talk show Ellen. He was found dead yesterday in a Los Angeles hotel. Hollywood celebrities have been weighing in. Viola Davis said that she was at a loss for words, and Ellen said she was heartbroken. And still ahead tonight, your updated forecast as another round of winter weather moves in.
Plus, holiday shipping deadlines already upon us. A closer look at those dates when we come back.
Todd and Sarah are in love. But this isn't your classic rom-com. It's a Nissan event ad. Don't let true love or these offers get away.
Make no payments until March 2023 on select vehicles.
Wisconsin, one of those places where families spend their winters among our frozen lakes and snow-covered hills. With all the fun we're having, it's easy to take for granted how we warm up, by the fire or simply adjusting our thermostat. But what if you couldn't warm up so easily? It might be simple to imagine for 60 seconds, but for many, it's a reality they can't ignore. Working families, elderly, disabled, and veterans struggling to keep their heat and power on in the dangerous cold of winter. Freezing temperatures aren't just uncomfortable for them, they can be deadly. Make a real difference by providing a hand up for a neighbor in need. No matter the amount, every dollar helps. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safe in your home. No one deserves to suffer when we can help each other.
Habitat Restore is full of great finds at great prices for a great cause. With a unique inventory of high-quality, low-cost goods, you can save money and feel good about your purchase. Shop Restore Dane County today.
I became an orthopedic surgeon for a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons.
To help you take walks again. To ease your pain.
To rebuild your strength.
And at every step along the way,
we take the time to answer all your questions.
We're here because we care.
We care about you.
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 They care about me.
Sauk Prairie Healthcare Orthopedics, now offering robotic-assisted knee replacement.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now.
Call 1-800-336-0524.
Todd and Sarah are in love. But this isn't your classic rom-com. It's a Nissan event ad. Don't let true love or these offers get away.
Get $500 loyalty cash on Pathfinder or Rogue.
The holidays are about family and friends. And we've got the ultimate friend, Matthew Perry, plus All-American star Greta Oniogu. And we have a surprise for her. Let the party begin!
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. The Federal Reserve today announcing another rate hike. It raised a key interest rate by 0.5 percentage point, now marking the 7th increase in a row. That's less than the 3/4 boost in previous months, but the central bank is signaling more rate hikes in the new year. This year alone, the Fed has raised hikes 4.25 percentage points. Joining other media giants in cutbacks, the Washington Post announced today it will lay off about 9% of its staff. The staff reduction is expected to come in the first quarter of 2023, following the elimination of the Post's Sunday magazine Christmas Day. Plans for layoffs at the Post are expected to be finalized in coming weeks.
More local news now. Every year we see the college signing day events where high school athletes pick their colleges. Well, today, Madison's Operation Fresh Start holding its own event. One of the nonprofit participants, Jacob Corona Cordero, is graduating from the organization's Build Academy and is now signing on with a local construction company to start his career as a carpentry apprentice. He'll be working for J.P. Cullen. Operation Fresh Start says it's working with community partners to change the face of the white male-dominated construction field. Well, there are 11 shopping days to go before Christmas, and if you want those gifts to get where they're going, you are running out of time to order online.
The first big holiday shipping deadline is today. Chris Van Cleve is at a FedEx sorting center outside of Memphis where lots of packages are being prepared for delivery.
That is the sound of the holidays. Plane after plane touching down at the FedEx Mega Hub in Memphis, each carrying around 20,000 packages.
There's not a lot of slow that happens here. Not a lot of lingering.
We're on the tarmac with Senior Operations Manager Walter Kirkemind.
We understand that some of these gifts are highly personal, and really the brand is on the line.
Over the course of the day, about 2.4 million packages pass through here. A gift-size amazing race against the clock. They're sorted via 44 miles of conveyor belts before being loaded onto another set of planes bound for their final destinations. All in about 3 hours.
For the excess capacity that Santa doesn't have on the sleigh, we're helping drop it off with our purple-tailed airplanes.
Your relocate to gate 124 is approved. Advise when you're in the gate.
Overnight, the Memphis airport turns into one of the busiest airfields in the world.
Yes.
About 250 flights come and go every 24 hours.
Right now, it looks like we have about 10 in range.
From this FedEx airport tower, Maria Bonds has to find a place to park all those planes.
We make sure that these aircraft go where they need to go in a timely manner. And we are the Santa with the purple tail.
If you're Santa with a purple tail, what does that make you?
An elf.
An elf?
An elf.
This command center is a bit like NORAD for packages, tracking all the FedEx flights.
We're looking at the weather every 10 minutes to figure out if it's something we need to deviate our planes.
538, that's me. That's you. But there's no deviating drivers like Jacob Tucker. Before sunrise, packages are loaded into delivery vans, headed for you.
Just like Santa's little helper, I feel like I'm able to give to the customer before the holiday season.
Today is the first of the major shipping deadlines. This is the last day to send something by FedEx Ground and guarantee to have it there by Christmas. On Saturday, that is your first-class mail cutoff, and Monday is the priority mail deadline. After that, you're talking about pricey overnight options to get things places by Christmas. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Memphis.
And next tonight, new video from our neighbors to the west. This is from just north of the Twin Cities, and it could be a preview of what we're expecting to see tomorrow in parts of Wisconsin, particularly to our north. Julian C. right now with a look at our certified most accurate forecast, but we might see some snow here as well. It's been a lot of rain today. I'm glad that wasn't snow. It'd be a lot of it.
Absolutely. We kind of talked about that yesterday, Charlotte.
That would have been ugly.
Yeah, it would have been a real ugly mess, but it's starting to get a bit ugly as we continue the rest of tonight because it's starting to change over into some sleep. We'll get to the radar in just a moment, but just a reminder, here is our alert day. It's going to be from tonight going into Friday morning because we're going to start to see accumulating snow starting tonight, but that's going to stick around until we get into our Friday morning as well. Outside of that, we're looking at all of southern Wisconsin to be under this alert day as we have a winter weather advisory in effect from 9 a.m. or 9 p.m. till 7 a.m. And that's going to be from Iowa County to Waukesha County. Our friends to the north, we're looking from it to 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. That's going to be from Marquette County to Sheboygan, and the winter storm warning is in that same time frame as well. But here's what we've been watching. Over the last about 30 minutes, it's starting to switch just a bit into some sleet here in southern Wisconsin, specifically for us in Madison. You can see some of that snow starting to turn over a bit. It's really starting into the north of the Dells and north of I-94 is where we're really watching some of that snow starting to trickle its way into this widespread rain system for us. Now, as we continue throughout the next 3 hours, once it fully turns into snow, which is going to be close to the midnight hour, we're looking for bursts of heavy snowfall. That's going to be close to about 1 inch to 2 inches per hour of that heavy, wet snow falling for us once again. Now, heavy, wet snow, it's very reminiscent of what happened last Thursday, where it was slippery and very slick on the roadways. So be prepared for slippery conditions going into our Thursday morning. The good news is, though, as we walk through, the overnight is going to be the biggest concern in terms of heavy snowfall. Once we get to daybreak, it's actually going to start to phase out a bit. Our friends to the northwest could still see a bit of some snowfall, but us here in Dane County in southern Wisconsin, we're looking for a break of snow. And then once we get to around the lunchtime hour, noon, we could see a couple of pocket snow showers, but overall, it's really going to be broken up. Not very collective until we get into our Thursday nights, where we'll start to see a bit of that that resurgence once again coming into southern Wisconsin, sweeping away, giving us potentially another inch, maybe even 2 by the time we get into our Friday morning. But by daybreak, once again, outside of windy conditions and temperatures just being well below freezing, it's going to be quiet to start in terms of activity, but the roadways themselves are going to be the one thing to monitor, because we could see those temperatures really keeping things rather frozen as we get into our Friday morning, and especially slippery for our Thursday. Outside of that, here's what we're seeing in terms of snowfall totals. This is for Dane County and areas to the north. That cutoff is rather sharp, though. So from Camp Douglas to Wautoma, we're looking for about 6 to 8 inches for the northern parts of Wisconsin. But for us, we're looking around 3 to 6, and then the closer you are to the Illinois state line, 1 to 3. Some areas could be 1 to 4, but the range in itself is going to be still noticeable and something to be mindful of, but we're not looking for this to be a complete whiteout as we get into tomorrow. Outside of that, make sure that you're prepared for some slippery conditions once you're heading out the door for tomorrow. We are looking for the roadways to be the most treacherous once we get into the early morning for our Thursday, but outside of it, once we hit daybreak, the snow in itself is going to really be clearing out until we get into our Thursday evening, where it looks to return, and we'll be seeing, once again, a bit of that snow bands building itself back up. Here's a look at our 10-day forecast. Temperatures are going to drop significantly. We're really going to feel it heading into next week. Back into the teens, and overnights we will be into the single digits. On top of that, we do have some opportunities to see some snow, which could bring us a good shot of having a white Christmas this year, guys.
And coming up in sports, 24 hours of Badger football. That's basically what a typical day for Luke Fickell is, while the new head Wisconsin football coach says it's good his family isn't in town yet. That's next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
At Chevy, the holidays mean going places and doing things you love to do with friends and family. Visit your local Chevy dealer, and when you find your red tag, you find your deal. Then make the most of your time with the people who matter most. Find new moments, find new roads. Find your red tag and get $1,500 total cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $2,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
There are still too many bad burgers out there. So Arby's is running that Wagyu Steakhouse burger back. Arby's, we have the meat.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To your big promotion.
And to your new house.
I know. What? I guess you had to move fast in this market.
Right? Best thing I did was get a pre-approval from Summit. Once I knew my budget, I only looked at homes I could make a serious offer on.
And how's construction going on your place?
1 month left.
Must be stressful.
Actually, no. I'm working with Summit too, and they've been great about answering all my questions and guiding me along. It's been easy.
Whether you're building or buying a home, Summit Credit Union is here to help.
What's the matter, hon?
There's nothing to do.
You should check out Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home with a 95% average payout.
And with so many slot machines, there's a game for every kind of player.
They're right, honey. And with new promotions and reward club perks all the time, there are more ways to win than ever before. Find your fun and visit Ho Chunk Gaming Madison today.
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Now, what is happening?
Many of us are feeling the economic crunch, and News 3 Now wants to help those who are in need this holiday season. News 3 Now and SSM Health presents the 12 Days of Giving.
Through the tremendous generosity of area businesses and volunteers, we want to make 12 wishes come true. If you're in need or know someone who is or may want to help make a wish come true, go to channel3000.com and fill out the application.
News 3 Now's 12 Days of Giving, presented by SSM Health.
Need life insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife, Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Cut the cord and turbocharge your next project with Bosch cordless power tools and accessories from Menards. They're designed to tackle the toughest jobs. Rip,
cut, drill, and drive with Bosch Power Tools. Find the right drill bit or saw blade to finish your project with our in-stock selection of Bosch Power Tool accessories. Right now, buy any one of these Bosch Power Tools and receive the Core 18-volt battery and charger starter kit free instantly.
Save big money at Menards.
Greg Gard is the first to admit close down-the-wire games aren't really good for his heart or his hairline, but they've been very good for the Badgers. Last season, in games decided by 6 points or less, they were outstanding. This year, that theme has carried over. Now, sometimes they've made it harder than it should be, which is why Gard has called this team drama. But when it comes to a tight contest in crunch time, that's right up this team's alley.
Those games you just love to play, so, you just kind of stay calm, get your team calm when everybody's in the huddle, tell them to take a deep breath, and, we're going to win this one.
I think it's just confidence in ourselves. A lot of guys, I feel like, have confidence in each other. Coaches have confidence in us. And so when it comes down to it, when in our huddles and we're calm and we're rooting each other on, I feel like we just have any chance to win any game.
The Wisconsin women's basketball team on the road tonight in Titletown, and for the 4th straight year, it was UW Green Bay getting the best of them. Julie P. paced the Badgers with 18 points. Former Blackhawks star Bailey Butler scored 15 for the Phoenix. Wisconsin volleyball season might be over, but the honors keep on coming for the Big Ten champs as a trio of Badgers were named All-Americans. Sarah Franklin, Devin Robinson, and Danielle Hart were tabbed third-team All-Americans by the American Volleyball Coaches Association. Other news from the Fieldhouse, Jade Demps has put her name in the transfer portal. The outside hitter will have 2 years of eligibility remaining. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of eating, breathing, and sleeping Wisconsin football. Well, not really sleeping because Luke Fickell doesn't have that kind of time right now. The new head coach has been playing catch-up ever since he took over the program. And right now, it's a balancing act between closing out this season with a bowl win and preparing for the future. And Fickell doesn't have much time for anything else.
The best thing is that I have no family here, and unfortunate that my family is not here right now. Obviously, they're back in Cincinnati and won't probably come until maybe April. But that's probably the best thing because there is a lot to do. And you come in early in the morning, and by about 10:30 at night, you look around and say, well, I don't know if I ate today, but I think it's about time to find a way to get back and get a nap and come back and do it again.
And we're back after this.
Sometimes a cough isn't just a cough, so it's better to be prepared. Keeping Binax Now handy makes it easy to test. And self-test kits may be reimbursable with no copay through your health plan. With Binax Now, you'll have reliable results in 15 minutes with the self-test that features the same technology doctors use and detects multiple variants, including Omicron BA.5. So you can always be prepared with Binax Now, the #1 COVID-19 self-test in the U.S.
Ready, Dad?
All charged up.
This holiday season, Ford wants to help you shine bright with a special offer. Now, choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order on select Ford vehicles. Lock in your rate, and you're protected.
I'm proud of you, kid.
And that's how Ford is helping you shine bright. This season, get into a 2022 Explorer SUV with 2.9% financing for 60 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
Special report. Spectrum just launched Spectrum One, where Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and unlimited mobile come together to keep you seamlessly connected wherever you are!
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with no contract. Call 1-833-743-4999.
The Coopers here just got Spectrum One. Why did you switch?
Because Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
And the fastest Wi-Fi speeds.
Look, I can stream Spectrum News across all our devices.
And the advanced Wi-Fi has enhanced security and privacy features that automatically block online threats, keeping our family and devices safe and secure.
How reliable is Spectrum Mobile?
It's a super reliable service coast to coast.
And it includes nationwide 5G.
Switch to Spectrum One and get 300 megabit internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and 1 free line of unlimited mobile with talk, text, and data. Call 1-833-743-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
After a lifetime in the jewelry business, Pete Denny is retiring, and Denny's Jewelers retirement sale is in progress. Save up to 60% off store-wide. All must go. All bridal jewelry, all colored stone rings, all silver jewelry, all pearls, all diamond bracelets, and pendants. Absolutely every finished piece is up to 60% off. Pete Denny and family are saying thank you, Middleton, for 40 years of support. Join us for our retirement celebration. Pete Denny is retiring, and Denny's Jewelry retirement sale is in progress. Save up to 60% off. All must go. 1903 Cayuga Street, Middleton.
Need last-minute gifts? Don't miss the Hy-Vee one-day gift card sale. One day only, Friday, December 16th. Get a free $10 Hy-Vee gift card for every $100 you spend on popular gift cards. You'll find gift cards to more than 140 different stores and restaurants. The perfect gift for everyone on your list. Why go to other stores? Get all your gift cards at Hy-Vee and get a free $10 Hy-Vee gift card for every $100 you spend on gift cards. Friday, December 16th during the Hy-Vee one-day gift card sale.
Join me in the 608 weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
And finally tonight, the stunning image quality of Webb is truly out of this world. That's what a research astronomer is saying about the telescope that just captured the stunning image of the universe. As you can see, the image shows a unique perspective of the universe, including never-before-seen galaxies that glitter like diamonds. The telescope zoomed in on a part of the sky called the North Ecliptic Pole. It used 8 different colors of near-infrared light to see objects that are 1 billion times fainter than what can be seen with the unaided eye.
Oh, space is
amazing.
Cool. Wow.
And I'm glad you had to read that.
You're welcome.
A lot of big words in there for me. Julian is monitoring the satellite and all kinds of things. We got some weather going through.
That's right. Now it's not just rain. We are starting to see a bit of that changeover as we continue closer to the midnight hour. You can see just into the northeastern corridor of Madison, where we're looking at some of that snow starting to fall for us, mixing in with some of that rain. It's going to turn into all snow once we get into around midnight, and then we're looking at heavy bands of snowfall to stick around throughout the overnight hours, but we'll be clearing up by the time we get into daybreak tomorrow. But the roads are still going to be not favorable for us to start off our Thursday morning, so make sure that you're giving yourself extra time to prepare for that. We're looking for 3 to 6 inches around Dane County and areas to the east and west, and further north we'll be looking at significantly more, and then further south about an inch or 3, or yes, excuse me, an inch to 3 over towards Janesville to Platteville. Make sure that you're planning ahead for the slick conditions for tomorrow. And here's a quick look at our 10-day forecast. We're looking at snow until Saturday morning, but then it's going to be quiet until we get into next weekend.
All right, Julian, thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.